Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube, and I use spirit, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you, beautiful viewer. And today's reading will be about tapping into your energy and your person's energy, current state and then future state. All right, so we'll take a look at how exactly you guys are feeling, anything that spirit wants to communicate in regards to energetic state. So let's take a look at your three options to choose from. We have Pharaonic Pinter's Tarot for pile number 1, and this is the deck. We'll be using mostly Oracle and Tarot as well, but this is just your pick for your pile, okay? So this is pick 1. Pick 2 is the Murder of Crows Tarot. Absolutely love this deck. Murder of Crows Tarot, and for pick number 3 is the Grunge Tarot. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I will hold them up so you can compare as you dare. These are your three options. They might be reversed, I don't know, but the Pharaonic Pinter Tarot is number 1 and the Grunge Tarot is number 3. And yeah, your options will be timestamped in the description box below and in the pinned comment. Feel free to pause. And yeah, let's get started with pick number 1, which is this Pharaonic Pinter's Tarot. Now, same caveats apply. You can switch energies. Energy is hard to differentiate whose energy is what. So if I say your person or you, just switch as you see fit. Could be mirroring going on as well, but your energy should be in one of these piles. Now, I will start off with the Oracle cards and seeing what I see here. So let's take a look. So this is what I will refer to as your energy. And then, yeah, if this sounds more like your person, like I said, you can switch. But we have the Wise Salt. We have the Heart. We have All Tied Up, number 23. We have Unfinished Symphony, number 10. We have Yin, beautiful, divine feminine energy I'm feeling here. Very similar energies here with these cards, and colors, and you can even see it being picked up here through the Wise Salt. So absolutely beautiful theme here. We have Hedonist. Light attribute inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. Shadow attributes pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. And then we have the Slave. Light attribute, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. And shadow attribute, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Hedonist and Slave. Okay. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning into your life with the Angel Oracle cards here. We have 5-5 Breakthrough, processing karmic debris from the Twin Flame Tarot deck. And then we have B, Air Energy. I believe that's air energy. Yeah, it's the B. I always get earth energy from this, so you might be resonating with earth as well, but air would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. All right, and then final card here, Share Tenderness, number 74 for your energy. Now, because this could be your person, although I doubt it, I feel like this is your beautiful energy. I won't flip the other person's side just yet. And like I said, this is current state, okay? So now with energy, very hard to pinpoint current state because energy doesn't sit linear, right? So I don't know if this is an energy that you're currently coming into or out of, although it should be kind of within your vicinity. And then when we go into future states, we'll take a look at a little further down the line to see as far down as we can, obviously, whatever spirit's wanting to reveal. But I will read this as current state. And I forgot my wand. I feel a little without my wand. I gotta go get my wand. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be right back. Sorry, I don't even know if it's a wand, but maybe it's my nervous stick, and I probably shouldn't get used to only now reading tarot with it in my hands. But anyway, let's get into your beautiful energy. This is the energy for you, beautiful pile number 1. So, lessons, right? Lots of lessons. I feel like you went through quite the ordeal here, and all out of love. I feel like whatever you went through here in this connection was very, very heart-based. I feel as though your energy was coming from a very, very deep place of love. And I feel like something's telling me there were two places of knowledge that you were pulling from, or wisdom. And one was trusting that if you follow your heart and an unconditional truth of what you deeply felt to be true, then you couldn't go wrong. And this was in an energy of divine feminine. So I feel like it was an energy of, I will go along with whatever it is that I'm supposed to hear in the 3D world, because I feel like there is a greater truth, or my heart is understanding a truth that cannot be explained by physical actions here in this world. So I feel as though you put yourself in a predicament, because another part of you, and this is the 3D wise knowledge part of you, was telling you that surrendering to being mistreated, and I don't see a person's energy here, but I'm picking up from the all tied up, settling on some, not even getting bare minimum here, convincing yourself, or at least tripping yourself up at the very least. And we'll see with the tarot, but with the hedonist and the slave, it was like there was something feeding your heart, and I feel as though whatever was feeding your heart was you understanding you were acting in a greater truth of an understanding to a deep spiritual level of a 5D, but all of your understanding, all of your knowledge was telling you that you were behaving in a way that was giving up some part of you that knew better, or that you didn't have to settle on the bare minimums here. I feel like this was something that you on a 3D level were really invested in. You were putting in a lot of your energy, a lot of your, again, this is present time, right? And when I'm saying your is because I see smack dab in the middle, reconciliation. So I feel as though you and your person are most likely in a period of no contact, or apart, or this has ended in some way. Although we do see unfinished symphony here, because I feel as though two things. One, you know that there's more to this story, because somewhere in your heart, somewhere in your understanding, you were driven out of a place that still hasn't been reflected or realized in this 3D world. So how can I love? How can I give of myself? How can I dedicate and put an energy in the truest place out of this unconditional love of understanding, and not seeing any results here, and something that feels so real, continuously over and over, only to feel completely tied up and completely upside down here in an energy. And I feel it's because you knew that there was something here that was not reflective of what it was that you were emotionally investing in here. So I do feel like with the reconciliation and unfinished symphony, it's like there's a knowing that this story isn't over. There's something more here, although it has ended in some way, because I do see the number 10. And of course with reconciliation, I feel as though there's a split. Now, I feel like you just know that there's more on a 5D level here that was going on, and it didn't reflect whatever the hell was going on here. In the 3D world. Although I do feel as though when you surrender to... Okay, so this message is coming through quite loud. I don't know if you guys are in awareness of this, and it might be a little difficult to hear. And if I'm not your reader, then there's plenty of other readers, but I will just always communicate what I'm feeling or seeing here. I feel as though there was a part of you tying into this 5D energy that you had in your heart space, although it was more about you than it was about you doing the right thing in this connection. Although I know that you felt this connection on a 5D spiritual energetic wave. I feel like here in the 3D there was something here that was filling some sort of space. And I know I did a video not too long ago about being empty in a connection. So I felt like this connection, and I say felt because I do feel like there's separation, was filling some sort of 3D gap. Although I think you were telling yourself that this was all out of love, that there was no expectation, that this was something, you know, and it was. I mean, this is definitely real. You're telling me here with your energy that this was an unconditional, beautiful love coming from heart space. But there, at the same time, we were probably turning a blind eye to something here, which was we were getting something here, or we were trying to do this in order to obtain something. I don't think you obtained whatever it was you were trying to obtain here. But I feel like it damaged some piece of, I don't even know if it damaged. I think it just, I don't know, you kind of were hoping you're sticking around or investing more or working harder or something that never came. And I just feel like it made you feel less than, or yeah, like these two energies together, this is like the complete opposite of somebody who's vibrating on a 5D, beautiful, beautiful energy here. This is like beggar. This is like addict. This is like, I'll settle for scraps, sir. Please, can I have some more? Like, I don't know what energy that is, but it left you feeling all tied up because it's like, how can I have such a beauty here in my heart and feel this? But then on this 3D level, I feel like I'm a beggar. I feel like I'm just giving away all of my power here to somebody in this situation here, which is not resulting in much from what I see. I haven't seen tarot yet. Now, I feel as though after this whole rigmarole, you recognizing you being all tied up and you wanting to share the same types of emotions back and forth. I feel like you were really only asking for a reflection of whatever it was that you were trying to put in here. I don't think you were being unrealistic, although in this situation, I don't know what unrealistic is because some people are not capable of putting out even the bare minimum of whatever it is that you felt here that they should have. But I feel like there was some sort of expectation here that you were going to be receiving and getting, but I see like it just like see this little spiral. I feel like by you continuously kind of going down that path, I feel like it left you in a maze of sorts and difficult to get out of. Although one card here and it's at the very bottom, and I feel like this is kind of where you're at or where it left off. And we'll see what the future has here for you for a future energetic state. But it says processing karmic debris. So I feel as though, and breakthrough right here. So this is definitely a breakthrough because for a lot of you guys, I feel like there was like almost an endless well here. And we see the fountain here in the yin card. This is all divine, I feel divine feminine energy here, giving from a place here. And I feel as though you could know more, especially when in reality here, and I say reality because the 3D, you were receiving bits and scraps. And please, sir, can I have some more? Like begging for, and I'm not saying physically maybe you were begging, but there's something about you hanging around or even like wanting to see some sort of bare minimum here. So I feel like there's definitely a breakthrough in your energy. And I feel as though you're processing the fact that there's potentially or was potentially some gap, some reason why this was going on. So I feel like you understand this now. You understand. I feel like not only did you identify this, I feel like you understand where this was stemming from, this behavior, and that this connection was supposed to be filling some sort of, I mean, an addiction can be using something as a distraction here or filling some certain gap within us or trying to obtain some sort of energy here. But I feel like there's some recognition here, and I feel like this is causing a grand breakthrough here and processing whatever lessons you were supposed to be learning here in regards to yourself specifically. Okay, so this is the energy I'm solely getting out of your pile here. Again, like I said, you could switch. Let's take a look at Mr. Bare Minimum. Against nature. First card coming out. Against nature. Yep. The river with the shadow horseman here. Huh. Yin yang. And you have yin. Interesting. Broken hearts. Soulmates. And yeah, these two cards wanted to come out. I was only going to pull one from this deck, but we have yin yang and broken hearts. Soulmates, like I said, we have poet. Light attribute expresses soul insights in symbolic language. Shadow attribute turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. And we also have storyteller. Interesting, poet and storyteller. Light attribute, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Shadow attribute, making up tales that harm others. Indeed. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Wow, 10-10, High Priestess, expanding consciousness. Stingray, and look at all those chakras. Stingray. And ripe fruits. Okay, your person. So, fighting, but fighting themselves, okay? So, I feel like this person's actions in this connection were solely based on a need for this person to look at themselves, to address a part of themselves. Now, this sounds twin flamish because you're having a breakthrough in identifying that you were putting up with scraps and willing to stick around here for bare minimums that weren't even coming, okay? But you were giving out of the highest possible state of love with the heart and the yin, which is Empress energy, and it's absolutely beautiful, divine feminine energy here. And this person was fighting tooth and nail with against nature, knowing potentially, I mean, I don't see here, but knowing there's a high priestess here somewhere, yes, intuitively, that there's something spiritual, something more, something going on in the 5D, but I don't want to look at that. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to have to go there, and I don't want to have to look at myself. For sure, I don't want to have to look at my shortcomings here. For sure, I don't want to have to go up this river because I don't know what I'm going to find. And I might get led down someplace where I'm not ready or prepared to see what it is I'm going to see. And a river is so out of control here. Okay, so I'm going to stick around with a broken heart. Okay, because I know I'm not doing what it is that I'm being told by my high priestess or my intuition's telling me, so I'm going to go against this. So I'm going to feel broken about it. This is current state, okay, and mostly probably broken because I see reconciliation and unfinished symphony. So something here, okay, is ended. So I'm brokenhearted now. And what is interesting to me, and I don't really understand yet, is I see yin and yang. So I feel like, okay, Spirit's telling me that this person's need to go do this type of a thing and they're fighting against is their need to balance out their divine masculine, divine feminine energy here. Okay, so potentially your person might have been very heavy in either divine masculine or divine feminine energy. So the difference here would be if this person is very much not confident, not assertive, a little withdrawn, a little held back. It could very much be that their divine feminine energy within, which is the anima, within this divine masculine, needs to be addressed. They need to learn how to open their heart space to give love and receive love and be more receptive. Now, it could be that they're heavy in their divine masculine energy, okay? And if that's the case, then it's like, I'm not going to bend. Like, fuck you. You block me. I'm just going to continue doing what I need to do because, you know, I'm going to ignore my intuition. I don't need to go do any effort here and look at myself. Like, why would I exert myself here and continue to be in some sort of a energy of ego that is really interfering in their 3D actions. Okay, so there's a need to get balanced here. Now, I'm not saying all divine masculine is that type of an energy. I'm giving you a very pointed, nuanced flow of energy so you understand what the kind of difference is here. And this person is giving me either side. And it could be that this person dips their toe in either side, but isn't balanced. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see the temperance here, because they don't know how to balance their masculine and feminine. So it's like either a show of masculine ego and then I can't have the courage to face my feelings or to open up or to communicate or to do whatever it is I'm doing here. So I sense this person really needs to get balanced from within. Okay, so nothing to do with how you were showing up, more to do with them fighting against this, which of course is going to lead to broken hearts. This person's not happy, okay, and this person is not happy, and it could be that this person was coming to you, because what I'm really picking up here is that this person is not happy in general with themselves, because there is a gap. Okay, now I see this big shadow horse here that needs to get looked at down the river, and then look at this big black blob box in the middle. Fucking empty space here, okay? A big black square. So this person has an unhappiness, has a hole in the bucket, dear Liza. So there's a hole, there's an emptiness, there's a void, there's a gap, there's a something missing. Twin flamish again, your side, something missing. I'm going to settle for scraps here because I feel like there's something I need here, that I need to fulfill something here, okay? But you're having a breakthrough, and this person's coming to you probably when all of a sudden I feel the hole, right? So what can you give to me so that you can make me feel complete? You have the yin. Okay, so it could be that this person was heavy in the yang constantly, right? Because you're coming in with the yin. So they're needing to get balance and find their own yin. So you could have experienced this person, you know, the coming in, needing their yin because of the gap, and they couldn't find it within themselves. And then when they're on their high energy and you give them whatever energetic thing that you're giving them, it's like, okay, I can let, you know, pile number one go now because I'm in this energy high and it's sustainable, because I don't recognize that I have a hole in the bucket and that I need to generate this. I can't go see my person, pile one, you know, to constantly keep giving me this yin energy, because I don't have enough insight here to recognize that I need to find my yin yang. I need to find my yin yang. I can't go to pile number one every time I'm low on yin. Okay, so this person's like, doesn't have the insight, or yet hasn't done the work to recognize there's a hole in my bucket and I need yin. So I'm going to energetically use pile number one. I know this is hard to hear, so I'm not trying to be forceful with this. I'm just delivering the message. Okay, and I'm sorry if this person used you energetically in this way. I don't feel like this person's malintent yet, because I don't see it. I don't feel it either. But I'm going to use pile number one when I am, like, when did the pile number two, your person, come to you? Were they like, I'm so low? Or was it, I'm pounding my chest and I got this, but I'm really in a space of this emptiness. So now I'm reaching out to you for some reason, because guaranteed you were asking yourself, I don't understand why now this person is reaching out, or I don't even understand what this person is telling me, or this person is doing something here I don't understand. So I'm getting all kind of tied up here, looking at their actions, right? And when somebody's acting out of a place of shadow, how do we make sense of that? This person can't even make sense of it, okay? So right beside that, soulmates. So this person understands with the high priestess, there's something here that goes deeper than this, okay? But I mean, until we can face our shadow and deal with our own hole, we can't really deal with that. And look, there's a key in this penguin's hand, and then there's a heart there with the keyhole, okay? And the heart is represented right here. So heart right here and a heart in this penguin. And what I'm feeling, pile number one, is that you're the penguin with the key here. This person, your person here, has a heart with a hole in it. You have the key, or they felt you had the solution. You brought the yin to their heart. You're no longer bringing the yin. So I have heartbreak. I don't have the key. And the universe is saying you don't, because you have a hole in your bucket and you got to do the work and reflect. Why do you have a hole here? You know, somebody isn't going to be the answer here and keep giving you the key to your heart in order for you to get balanced. You have to do the work here. But they're wallowing in this right now, okay? Or at least they're experiencing some sort of heartbreak because they're used to you giving the key. So when they go through their state of influx, like I said, so it's like, I'm high on pile number one's energy, so I don't need to reach out. And this person could have been in and out. So I'm high on pile number one, I'm high on pile number one, and then what's happening, I don't know, because I have no insight into my own hole or done any work to recognize where I'm imbalanced. So now I'm going to reach out to pile one and say, hi, here's an emoji. Right? And then pile number one is going to say, I don't understand. I love unconditionally. And I know better, but I also know to be true to my heart, which is how am I feeling? Because I listen to my high priestess. I listen to what I'm feeling here on a deep level. And I also feel this soulmates or this connection here. But in the 3D, I have something that needs to be learned that I haven't learned yet. That I don't have to respond to, you know, an emoji or a hi when you clearly didn't respond or you clearly needed to deal with something when I felt all tied up and confused, you know. So now you're coming in and making up stories and being romantic or whatever it is that this person does here with the poet and the storyteller. So I feel like this person knows when to turn on the charm or knows how to go to these deep places here, okay? And I do feel like you sense it, or maybe you saw glimpses of this person being able to paint the picture because they recognize something deeper here with the high priestess, okay? But when it comes to maintaining a balance of it, this person does not know. It becomes like a fantasy, okay? With poet and storyteller, this is all about fantasy. This is all about non-sustaining fantasy. So maybe I can paint the picture for one night, for 5 minutes, for whatever, and paint this picture here because I have the deepness and the understanding it exists somewhere. And I do have deep within my subconscious and knowing that you're my soulmate or there's something deeper here than what's going on in the 3D. So I can talk about it maybe, or at least I can indirectly or through some sort of art form or through some sort of communication give this out, okay? And this could be telepathic too, because there's recognition here. For some of you guys, it could have just been, like blips of all of a sudden this person being able to indirectly communicate through some other form or maybe through words, but short-lived because I still haven't done this work, right? Okay, and then with the pay attention to the red flags, the signs are cautioning you. Hello, ding, 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 ding. High priestess. Hello, pile number 2 person. Red flag, red flag. You keep doing this. Pile number 1, they're giving you this when you come in because you have a hole here, okay? Because you haven't done the work, so they're giving you this. But I'm pretty sure pile number 1 is also doing this and this, okay? Which you understand is not good for pile number 1, but you're ignoring all these red flags because your high priestess is telling you that you need to get balanced here, but you're not. You're just coming in to get whatever you can here from the heart space and the yin space for when your yin is down, okay? And I feel like Spirit was really trying to bring attention to the hole in the bucket here that you had and need to align your chakras here. I mean, the stingray here, I feel this could be very hurtful to another, okay, especially when the chakras are not aligned, especially when there's no balance. Then the stingray could kill. The stingray is dangerous. This stingray can cause a lot of damage here. So they're ignoring their red flags, which is the hole in the bucket and their state of influx with energy here, ignoring their high priestess. And then with the ripe fruits, I feel like there was a point in this connection, and I feel like because this is coming up in current state, where somebody had to pull the plug here, okay? I feel there's an ending. I feel like pile number 2, your person's going through a broken heart because of an ending, because it was ripe, and when it was ripe and we don't pick it, it starts to rot, okay? So maybe the ripe fruit never got picked. It was time, and there's only so long we can not do the work here. Okay, so the right time has come, and I have a feeling the right time is gone. And this person missed the boat, although I see reconciliation and unfinished symphony. So at least on your side, you understand there's a recognition here that something was off or that there's more to the story. Okay, so this is what I see for current energy. Now, I don't think I want to see tarot right now. What I do want to do is we're going to look at future state, and I'm going to pause so that I can do the same kind of layout and see if we see any sort of changes in energy. And then if we need to pull the tarot, maybe we will. But yeah, this is kind of longer than I thought. Maybe I pulled a lot of cards. But I'm going to pause. I'm going to see future state of this connection, and I will see you in a minute. Okay, my loves, you're still here, I hope. All right, let's take a look. Now, we might have to crisscross, I don't know, but I'm going to start with this pile, which I'm assuming is still your energy. This is the future energetic state of you and your person, all right? And this is getting long, so I don't know if we're going to get into a whole bunch of tarot unless we need clarifiers, but we'll see what we see. So clearly, if you're here, that means the energetic state resonated, okay? Now, remember, energy can shift, so this isn't set in stone. This is the trajectory of energy as it's flowing, and I am not God, so I'm not creating this, and I don't want to plant anything in your mind. So use your intuition, and this is a general collective reading here. So if it's not applying, let it fly. All right, just wanted to put that out there. So we have the raven's head, yin coming out again, and I'm pretty certain this is confirming that this is your side, but we'll see. The sheep who wandered and found a different shepherd. Yep. Happy family with the number 4, and this is the 4 of Wands, which always gives me the 1111 twin flame confirmation for those of you guys on a twin flame journey. And Althea, interesting. Althea. Look at the black and white, yin and yang coming out again. All about communication, words expressed clearly. Elk. This always gives me Pentacles energy, although it is Earth, so it could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I get very heavy King of Pentacles from this card here with the elk. Okay, and then we have teacher, light attribute, ability to communicate, knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. Shadow attribute, manipulating or abusing students, teaching, negative traits, and destructive skills. Okay, something came in very strongly for you guys with this card. We'll get into that. Hopefully I don't forget. Shapeshifter, light attributes, skill at navigating through difficult levels of consciousness. Skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness. Ability to see the potential in everything. Shadow attribute, projecting any image that serves their personal agenda in the moment. Message still coming in very strong here. And we have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. And finally, we have the High Priestess, expanding consciousness, 1010, now on your side. This was on your person's side, okay? So I'm not going to flip your person just yet. Your future state energy here. The message coming through quite strongly is you're going to be in a position of, sorry, I'm uncomfortable. Okay, you're going to be in a position of knowing that you have some sort of reached a point where you can pass judgment, okay? And what Spirit is coming through very precisely is there's something here that you can choose to do or say that is not for the highest good here, although maybe your person needs to hear it, and maybe you have all right to use your power. Again, he who holds the cane needs to be careful how heavily they swing their cane, right? Because I feel like what Spirit is saying here is this person knows. No words need to be expressed. No need to make this person feel like shit. No need to bring anything back to reality or into their awareness, I should say. You saw something here that you can't unsee. You're focused on what it is you're supposed to do for self. Nothing to do with this person, okay? And if this means I am going elsewhere because I can no longer follow in my what my higher self was telling me what this connection was, because I was listening to my higher self, and I was in my divine feminine energy and listening to that heart space, and I recognized in my current state that I was a beggar, or that I had a gap here, or that I was acting out of a desperate state of please sir, can I have some more, because I am unworthy of getting everything that I deserve or want, so I'm all settled for scraps. And then saying, you know what, I need to go wander to where I'm going to find this. Okay, I'm going to have to listen to another voice. I'm going to have to listen now to my high priestess, which is now telling me, because now I know, and I had a breakthrough, and now I'm dreaming differently, that if I continue to listen to my 5D past self, but, you know, maintain this 3D desperation of putting up with scraps, I'm not fulfilling myself. I'm not getting what I want here. And what I want here is my Four of Wands, coming together, union, happiness, family. This is coming together, building a future, potential here. And I feel like this isn't even asking for, you know, like a 10 of Pentacles or a 10 of Cups. This is just, I just want it to come together and be at peace and see what we could build here. Like, see the potential here of joy and happiness and act out of a place of love. Like, this isn't a lot to ask for at all. This is just the basic foundation. Okay, and if somebody can't have the insights to understand, to act in the basic foundation, okay, with the wands here, the Four of Wands, then where's it going to go? Nowhere, because somebody has a hole in their bucket, right? So it's like, this isn't a lot to ask for. Yes, happy family, because this could even be friendship. This can even be, I want to be unconditionally giving of whatever naturally comes up. If that's my friendship, if that's my time, if that's communication, whatever this is, but it needs to be reflected here. Okay, so even that, this is future state now, but even that is a thing that you're now recognizing. It's like, if I communicate what I'm authentically feeling, the other side also needs to communicate what they're authentically feeling. It doesn't mean it needs to reflect exactly what I'm feeling, but I can't be the only one as a busy bee. I can't be the only one in some sort of state here and then it not being carried on the other side. I can't do the carry lifting for two people here, okay? And now I see, and now I know what it is that I want. And what I wanted was so basic here. I mean, this is just unity. This is just coming together in peace. This could be best friends. This could be, you know, when I'm down, I hope you pick me up. And when you're down, I pick you up, because we're friends and there's nothing more. I mean, yes, there's definitely something deeper and spiritual here with the soulmates coming out and the high priestess telling you. But at the same time, I think you're just wanting basic fundamentals here, you know, somebody to be able to do this. So future state, I know what I know now, and I cannot unsee, because I filled that karmic debris. I understood and recognized where I was being fulfilling myself in a way through my actions in the 3D world, and doing whatever it was that I was doing here, thinking that it was in the highest good, but it wasn't, because it wasn't in your highest good. So maybe you were, yes, listening to your heart and following some unconditional energy there with the wise salt that you knew was true. So you felt good, but there was something that was being buried or covered up, which was your own need and desire to have basic fundamentals of reflected communication. It's like, I say, how are you doing? And you say, I'm doing fine. And it's coming from an honest place, not how are you doing? And then I get whatever, the runaround here. It's really interesting energy. So I feel like the high priestess now is telling you something different, because now you know, and you had a breakthrough, so you could see that clearly. And it is, if I need to wander and I need to go find this and wherever I need to go find it, then that's what's happening here, because I know the truth. Okay, let your friends help you. So this is now telling me I'm no longer carrying the weight for two. This is saying, if you want to have an honest communication with me, if you want to do the basic fundamentals here, that's all I ever wanted anyway, I'll allow it. But I ain't going out of my way. I'm not doing whatever energies I was doing in the past, the busy bee, breaking my back, trying to build a hive by myself, because I wasn't getting this. So if I can't get this, how the hell are we going to share this? You know, whether it be romantic or whatever. I'm not saying this is like a promise of eternity. This is just people coming together to celebrate one another. Okay, so let your friends help you. You're now open, and I don't know how, you know, pissy maybe you are at this person. I don't feel you're pissy. I just feel you come into the state where you're like, yeah, if you want to be in this energy, then I'm totally willing to be there to do this back, but not a penny more, not a drop more, okay? And what Spirit is saying is that you could be in the energy of when this energy, which we'll look at, might come in because there was the broken heart. There might be some shadow work done. I don't know if this person has the insight to do it. We'll see. But a heavy cane that we could say, I told you so, or yeah, you really fucked up. Like, this person knows they fucked up, or eventually they'll know, whether they see it now or their ego gets in the way forever. At one point, this person is going to understand that their high priestess was screaming and they were ignoring all of the signs with that red flags, all of the signs that were pointing to, hey, you have a hole in the bucket. You need to address where you're coming to pile number 1 to fill something here. So you don't need to point it out anymore, but you have the power to do this. And I don't know that this is a power that you're going to want to entertain, but Spirit is just saying, be aware, that just because you have this power doesn't mean you need to go swinging your cane. In fact, Spirit is saying to remain in the energy here anyway in the future, because this is right beside the high priestess, and to let your friends help you, which I put in the opposite spot, which is a need to kind of adapt here. And I know you've been, very adaptable, period. So I'm not saying, ooh, you need to be molding to this person. No more. In fact, you already know I'm going to go wander and find my own happiness here, my own 4 of Wands, wherever that may be, because I can't unsee what I've seen, and I'm on a mission here. But what Spirit is saying is you do adapt this sort of a shapeshifter energy, and this is this is you now embracing I can be a friend and I can be a bigger person here, as long as we're both in this energy. As long as we're both here, then no problems, right? I'm not going to hold a resentment. I'm not going to be, I told you so. I'm not going to now be whatever. And you remain firm in this. This is very firm, solid. In fact, this is almost even unmoving. Okay, and I feel like you're unmoving because you're like, no, if it's not this, then it's unmoving when it comes to this connection. I feel like you're moving towards this with the raven's head. This is all about journeying to find this, right? Because I feel like this is what you wanted anyway. I mean, whether this person was a deep, romantic, spiritual soulmate person, or just at this point, it was like, I just want the truth. I just want to be friends. I'm getting shut out here. So I believe you remain very, very firm in your position here, based on what you've learned. Okay, so this is future state. Let's take a look at your person. Future state. All right. Let's see, person. What do you have here for pile number 1? Imagine number 20, and you see the moon, which is all about feminine energy. Okay, so this is the yin coming through very strongly for me with the feminine energy. This is also the subconscious. This is giving me heavy 7 of Cups energy, which is still a little bit head in clouds. We'll see how it's clarified here, but this is the subconscious. Okay, so let's see if this person, because remember, we were seeing the shadow horseman in the river. We were seeing the big against nature with the big black square. And in order to go to the hole in the bucket, the void, that dark place, somebody needs to go into their subconscious. Somebody needs to do the work. Somebody needs to use their ability to tap into scary places in order to see what's there, okay, regardless of what they're going to see. Somebody wasn't doing that. Let's see. Silver. Something that is never truly yours, number 27. Angel of Love, 49. Angel of Love. The Nectar. Wow, intense. Kind of, do you see that hand reaching out for that rose there? It's kind of really reminding me of these hands here reaching out for that. It's giving me heavy 6 of Pentacles type energy. Reaching out, the nectar. Guess who has the bee? But remember, Spirit's warning here, just because we can pass judgment doesn't mean we have to pass harsh judgment. We can be compassionate and say nothing. in the realization of knowing we've done what we needed to do here. I feel like somebody now has the B. Somebody now has to put this effort, and I feel like this effort is in diving into their subconscious. Put the effort in understanding where the holes in the bucket are. Understanding, do we need to settle for silver here? Do we need to settle for a life that we're not at our fullest capacity? I mean, silver isn't gold. It's not first place. It's settling for something. And I feel like the hole in the bucket was this person settling for some sort of something, but now knowing that there's a nectar out there, there's something greater here, okay? Through this connection, through knowing this experience, there's this food for life here. There's something much greater, and we don't have to be settling with silver or consistently dealing with silver here. So I feel like this person, there's a recognition here that something that is never truly yours, they weren't truly made to be experiencing voids and holes and gaps. They were made to be aware of these gaps by your presence here. They were made to be aware that they don't have to be in the settling mode, just like you were made the same awareness, right? I'll be right back. Hi, beautiful people. Sorry, every time I get an interruption, it's confirmation. And I believe what I was saying was you had some sort of insight where you were settling for something and trying to find a fill for that gap, but you're trying to fill that gap, through something in this connection by constantly like in this beggar energy, right? With the slave there, and the hedonist energy there, whereas this person had a hole. There's something in their subconscious that needed to come to their awareness that they didn't need to be settling on, like within their own lives, in living some sort of an energy there where they weren't at their full capacity here. That was never truly theirs to begin with. What's theirs is their wholeness, their highest good. Everybody has the ability to push past some sort of silver type energy, which is not their highest potential here, through an experience here of the nectar. All right, so we have angel love, and I do feel like this is this person's experience of you has left them being touched by the work of an angel, the work of God here through you. Okay, because this is all Raven's head, like whatever was flowing through you was to the awareness of this person to be touched by an angelic experience here, to recognize and see something here that is bringing something to their awareness, and them having to now look into their subconscious energy here, okay, and do this type of an energy. And this is a beautiful energy when it comes to doing work on self. Now, it is coming through, so let's see if this person intends on putting forward that. Wow, warrior. Okay, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will. Heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Shadow attributes, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. This person is wanting to do the work. This person is looking at their subconscious. This person now recognizes that what wasn't theirs was to maintain in a low vibe type dense energy here that wasn't to their full capacity. They've been touched by some sort of experience here. Okay, with the warrior, this is pretty insane. This is somebody willing to conquer and drop the ego, conquering ego, which, like I was saying, if this person was in their heavy divine masculine needing to get balanced here, it was all about conquering the ego. Heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. That's what this whole thing is about here, okay? Right beside the B. Because this is going to take a lot of fucking work. Gossip. Light attributes. Awakens consideration for the feelings of others. Well, there you go. Honoring trust. Shadow attribute. Thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. Awakens consideration for the feelings of others and honoring trust. So what I'm feeling is going on here, this isn't future energy. Oh, you mean how I treated pile number 1 wasn't very nice once I saw past the hole in the bucket that I had? Oh, shit. I was touched by some sort of experience here. I need to consider someone else's feelings. Although I have this type of a work to do now and I recognize it, I also have to recognize that somebody in the process here, although they were, maybe overstepping their line of, because the universe probably told you, pile number one, time to let it go or not break yourself over something here. And you kept going. And I feel it was coming from a very good place, although this person can't take the responsibility of you keep going, but this person can take the responsibility that I wasn't considering your feelings here, not to the extent that they were, especially now that I see this clearly was coming to me, and it was all for my greatest good. And I could see that when I really peer down into my subconscious and be honest with myself. Damn it. I need to honor these feelings. I need to honor what I've experienced here, and I wasn't honoring it. I wasn't doing the black and white. I wasn't reciprocating the authenticity that was coming at me. I recognize this, okay? This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Oh, you mean my high priestess was telling me all along? I think this person was probably the one. Shit. The person that I didn't consider. The person that I just didn't invest or treat with the utmost respect, because I couldn't treat myself in a way. So I couldn't treat myself in the way that I deserved here. Something that was not truly mine anyway. It wasn't me. I mean, it was me, because we can't, we got to take responsibility for our actions. But it was me in a state of all these holes. Like I had a huge hole everywhere, okay? So this could be the one. This is what your person in future state is recognizing. And, oh my goodness, we have 1-1, the chosen one, fast track to ascension. This is really powerful. This person fast tracks to ascension. And this is very twin flame, because when you ascend, your person ascends. But with this message very strong here is that if you pass judgment, I told you so, and you should have known, and you didn't treat me right, and let your friends help you understand that there's something here that you have an accountability, no matter how small, okay? Because I don't feel you're doing something out of spite. I feel you're trying to do something out of love. But I feel like you did something here that crossed over to uncomfortable for yourself, and it was coming from a empty gap spot too, okay? Whether you recognize it or not, and I know that's difficult to hear, but we won't stick around or put up with an energy that is, that we're trying to massage into something for longer than, okay, it's not there, okay, I'm not tit for tat, then I gotta move on, and I won't get, crushed. I'll have to take this reality and move on. But something inside you was like, your high priestess, your yin energy, your heart energy was like, I can't ignore this type of a strong 5D soulmate energy. What am I supposed to do? And wake this person up, or I can't convince them, right? So that overpowered your 3D energy here. So you were driven from that place and driven from that place and driven until you said, you know what? Doesn't matter how much I'm driven from my 5D. If in the 3D I'm this slave and this beggar and like this drug addict, I gotta go find my own happy family, happy friend, happy situation. I just want happy peace. I'm not even looking for, fucking platinum here. I just want happy peace. I want this. That's all I want now. Okay? What I output authentically comes back to me authentically. Again, not necessarily it is exactly what you're outputting as far as reflecting exactly what you're saying, but it's coming from the same place. Coming from the same place. The chosen one, fast track to ascension. Your person's ascending here based on an experience, and they've been touched by an angel, I keep hearing, from spirit, and I feel like you were riding with the act of God here in bringing something to the awareness of your person here, that something wasn't theirs in their life. And it was that hole and it was that gap. Okay, and they needed to take a look. They don't need to settle for some silver energy here. That's not their highest self. Imagine the possibilities here for themselves. Go into the subconscious and to recognize that feminine energy, okay? This could be the one, the chosen one. We are meant to be. I think I'm yours, and I'm pretty sure you're mine. And guess what this is? This. Okay, the chosen one. And this could be the one, because I'm seeing this now. But in order for me to do anything here, I have to put energy into going into my subconscious and training myself out of whatever voids, right? Because this always reminds me of the analogy with the Olympian. When we get silver, we could continuously get silver, or we could push ourselves and put in the energy so that we can strive for gold, strive for a higher self. All right, but we need to put in the energy. We can't just be complacent. And if we're so complacent, we might end up getting bronze or work our way right out of the Olympics in general. So there has to be some sort of an energy here. And my right eye is twitching. I don't know what that means. But this is the energy your person's encompassing, which is that warrior energy of whatever it takes to face this ego thing. And, oh, you mean I need to consider other people's feelings here that I wasn't? So this might make him feel like shit, right? Because when we have this realization, it doesn't feel good, okay? And this is why Spirit is saying this isn't needed so much, where you need to lay out any more of the reality out here that's going to cause more destruction, because this person does their own fast track to ascension. The lesson's already been laid out here. There's no need for more lesson here, okay? Just focus on being stable within yourself. Focus on going where you need to go in order to get your own happiness here, and this is what you want. So unless this person is able to do this, again, don't see whether they are doing this. There's intention here. There's working on self. There's a fast track to ascension, but how behind is this person, right? Their ascension might be still not here, but you know it has to be this. And if it's not this person, then that's just how it is, because there's no more compromise. This lesson has been learned. Karmic debris. There, you had a breakthrough. This. Okay, and you're firm. You're not moving from that. That's what it is. All right, so that's what I have for you guys. No tarot. Surprising. I hope this resonated. Leave a like, leave a comment. I will see you soon. Peace out. Hello, my beautiful. Pile number 2, you picked the Murder of Crows Tarot, which we may or may not use the tarot after doing pile number 1. We got the message loud and clear, didn't we? Pile number 1, if you're following into pile number 2. We're going to take a look at you and your person's energy current state, and then you and your person's energy future state, all right? With the oracle cards that I pre-shuffled, have not looked at them, just finished, and see what we see, all right? Now, caveat as usual, crisscross energies. I will be reading this as your energy. If this sounds more like your person, then most likely is your person. Use your intuition over mine. I am just a internet person here. I pretend I don't exist. So use your intuition. You know your story best. And let's get into it. All right. So we have Deer here for your energy. And I'll read your current energy state right now. This is Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy with the Deer. We have Yin, interesting. This came out for pile number 1, so you guys might still be here, which is why I was addressing pile number 1. This is Divine Feminine energy, beautiful, loving, receiving, Empress energy. We have Judge, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. Shadow attribute, offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. Judge. And we have Avenger, light attributes. I feel something in my eye. Light attributes, desire to balance the scales of justice. Interesting. Judge and justice, double J's. Righteousness on behalf of society or one's self. Shadow attribute, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. This seems like a continuation, far, far future from pile 1 onwards, maybe. We'll see. Judge and Avenger. Okay. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. We have 1111. Mission accomplished. Welcome home. Separation with the number 70 and the 2 doves. Separation. The heart came out for pile number 1 as well. Interesting. Look at these beautiful colors. The heart. Goddess of the moon. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Goddess of the moon. 52. This is giving me heavy high priestess energy, empress energy, feminine energy, subconscious energy, goddess of the moon. And then we have the scry mirror with 65. This is very similar to pile number 1, you guys. So with a little bit of a twist here. Current states. So I feel like there definitely is a period of separation here right now, okay? Or at least there's consideration of separating, because there's a recognition here of some sort of codependency, or at least something within this connection that has been cyclical in some way, or like an unhealthy balance here. And a lot coming through with balance when you have Judge here and Justice. So I feel like there's a recognition here that things really need to get balanced. And there's a recognition here with your energy here that you've been embracing the beautiful divine feminine, which is allowing your true authentic love, unconditional love, to flow from a place of a knowing. But now there's some sort of skittishness and some fear and some held backness. And there's a held backness in allowing yourself to be flowing in this type of an energy in a practical way. You know, in this practical way, like I cannot just in this 3D world keep giving of myself or leave the tap on to some sort of unconditional love. Now I'm skittish because either I've been hurt, or I recognize quickly that there's some sort of a cycle here, or that my person is dependent on me in some way that doesn't feel right. I'm needing to add some sort of balance to myself because I feel off balance. So I'm really needing to call in a separation or be separated from this sort of an experience. I've had a deep look into my fear here. I looked into my subconscious. I went into my emotions and was honest with myself and looked at my fears from an angle of what am I doing here? What sort of codependency, what sort of cycle, what sort of thing am I doing that's leaving me in a state of being hesitant to be myself? I'm hesitant to allow myself to love freely because it's causing me some sort of pain. It's causing me some sort of imbalance. It's causing me to question, you know, if just always being loving and giving and in that state, although it feels like I should be because it feels natural to be love and opening and not hold back, but I'm turning into this. Like, is this worthy of my 3D energy, my practical energy here? Okay, this is earth energy. This is somebody who wants to be caring, giving, loving, safe, comfortable, but they're like not quite sure here. And I feel like this is the internal self, the subconscious saying, hey, wait a minute. You are also a mirror and this works both ways. Okay, so you know the saying, you get what you pay for? In this case, I think you get what you get. And I think this is the lesson here. Okay, this is what we're seeing in the moonlight. We were like, okay, well, I pay, and I put in energy unconditionally. I pay energetically. So clearly this is going to come back to me in some sort of mirrored way, right? No, what you get is also a mirror here. And the mirror here is this person is acting in a way that is skittish or has been skittish or held back in some way. So now you're held back in some way. So it works both ways. Now you're like, you know what? I can't continuously expect to see something here that I'm outputting when this other person, and we'll see, their limit might be, might be not where mine is. So now I got to really consider where I'm putting this energy, and I'm skittish about it. Like, is this person dependent on my energy? And am I in some sort of codependency type relationship here that I know I can control, that I know I can bring balance to, that I'm aware of my own accountability, accountability and responsibility. I can speak, I swear. Because this feels good. How could this be wrong? How can listening to giving love, being open from my heart space, being in my divine feminine, being receptive, being caring, being giving, how could that be wrong? Well, it's only wrong when we're in a codependent situation in which we're not receiving. Justice has come down. Are you getting what you want? Is this leading to your skittishness? Okay, current state, pile number 1, guess what? Mission accomplished. You realize this. And if you're resonating with this pile, then that's exactly it. This is current state. You realize this. Mission accomplished. Okay, so whatever this connection was to make you see this, was to make you aware of this. Welcome home. You're now in a place of understanding that you're in this state for a reason. And you're also recognizing this isn't wrong to love, to listen to your higher self, to give unconditionally, to be receptive, to be full divine feminine. But the divine feminine knows when she's in a codependent situation here, and she knows to pull back and to separate herself from a place where I don't want to feel hesitant. I don't want to be skittish. I don't want to be kind of in this type of an energy. This is the type of energy I was getting from you. Now I'm like this? Hells to the no, right? Taking a look at her deep fears, taking a look at the subconscious, really being honest with herself. Mission accomplished. Okay, so I feel you've accomplished your mission here, whatever the state is of understanding. Let's take a look at your person and see if I was a little too harsh. Time for a nap. Number 24. Somebody's exhausted. Why are they exhausted? Time for a nap. Time for a nap, or I've been napping. We'll see. Look at the moon here. Time for a nap. Because if I wake up, I'm going to have to see the sunlight, and I'm in this like illusion, maybe this fantasy. Goddess of the moon, and look at this. Oh my goodness, I just got goosebumps. So beautiful energy. You're kind of facing the fear. You're looking at the subconscious, the moon, the beautiful goddess, the empress, the yin, the unconditional love. She's this moon, okay? And look who's sleeping in the fucking moon. Mr. Codependent, fox, sly, sneaky. Mr. Codependent, eyes closed, taking a nap. But when I wake up, I'm still a fox. I was going to say a fucking fox. I'm still a sneaky fox, okay? This message coming through very pointed and direct. I'm not saying your person is a liar or sneak or some sort of sly person, although there is a sliding scale of energy of why I'm saying this, okay? Because your person was potentially doing things for themselves, which is like, a fox being sly. And now look, he's napping there. Almost like taking where he's napping for granted here, okay? So yeah, codependency much? You recognizing separation, you becoming aware, mission accomplished, of this napping fox. Time for a nap. Tarantula, need to make a decision, okay? This is our intuition, our subconscious screaming at us something isn't right. A decision needs to be made. And the tarantula talks about us burying or covering up or doing things or just, maybe even distracting or just not making the decision or not acting on something for our highest good. Maybe crossing our fingers or napping on it because we don't want to see it or we don't decide on it. So we don't choose it. Need to make a decision, need to become honest, need to listen to our higher self, not turn a blind eye, not fall asleep. Samaritan, light attribute, refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. Shadow attribute, exacting appreciation and recognition for help you offer. Okay, refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. So, I have a feeling with the Samaritan card, your person is definitely ignoring a decision that needs to be made. They'd rather nap. Okay, with the Samaritan card, they're walking by, not doing something about it. Although I think they know it. If I close my eyes, maybe the spider won't exist. If I close my eyes, maybe it'll disappear. No, it's still there. You're choosing to see what you want to see. by closing your eyes to a situation here which needs to be acted on. The situation doesn't disappear. It's still there. Your intuition is still screaming at you, but you're napping on it instead of facing it with the Samaritan card. Engineer, light attributes, ability to give creative energy, a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. Shadow attribute, reliance on mechanistic, I can't say it, mechanistic, okay, mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. In Linda speak, this person is too much in their head. They're logically talking their way out of having to make a decision that when we're in the subconscious, sometimes things that are there don't make any fucking sense at all. Okay, we don't understand it, but we have to act in our highest good. Our dreams, our intuition, our heart, our spirits, our knowing, our higher good is telling us something here, but we're like, no. E equals MC squared here on earth. Like, what does that even mean? Like, I'm just going to be sticking to my, my logical self here. It doesn't make sense. Where are these feelings coming from? I don't understand. Like, okay, but mister, you need to understand everything, or at least make sense of everything before you act. So I'm just going to turn a blind eye. It's kind of what I'm feeling here by the engineer card. Keep an open mind. Yes, Mr. Engineer needs an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. This person is turning a blind eye here and making a decision because logically something here doesn't make sense to them. Okay, so closed-mindedness, because it could be as easy as you're not the same culture as me, you're not the same religion as me, or you're not, I don't know, this little box that I need to tick off of this because logically it makes sense to me. So, or at least there's some sort of understanding I need to have here, instead of just allowing myself to keep an open mind that maybe I don't understand this connection. Maybe I don't understand it fully, but something in my intuition is trying to wake me up, but I keep napping on this decision. Awareness, 3-3, crystal clear vision. Yes, how do you have crystal clear vision when you're napping? This person is being asked by spirits to keep an open mind, to get very clear, crystal clear, in fact, crystal clear vision, to have some awareness here with 3-3. And I feel like your person is aware, okay, current state. They're aware. But if I close my eyes, maybe it doesn't exist. If I don't make the decision, then maybe I don't have to. Okay, and if logically it doesn't make sense, then it doesn't exist, right? Because I can't make sense of it. It doesn't exist. The despicable face. This is all about wearing the mask, and I don't like who it is that I'm outputting here, but at the same time, this energy is kind of torn, because it's like if you're an engineer and you're comfortable in your logic and you're confident and you have some sort of an ego here, if I have to make some sort of a decision here or open that door, then that means I might have been wearing a mask. Then what does that mean? Then my logical brain comes in here and it starts to really start asking questions, that I'll have to really look at who I am underneath all this. I'll have to really start asking questions. So I'd rather just not even act. I'd rather not look there. Despicable face. Okay, I don't want to look there. But being asked to have awareness and crystal clear vision. Okay, this came out for pile number 1, the Aletheia card. This is all about communication. Okay, being very clear. This is crystal clear vision, crystal clear communication. So what this means is this person needs to now start being very, very honest, because I feel they know instinctively. There's a knowing. There's a decision needing to be made, and this person is not communicating or pretending that they even see, although they're aware. Okay, so I think that in this current state, I feel like there is some awareness here for sure now. There's an acceptance of awareness, but it hasn't been communicated to you. So I'm just going to sleep at your feet here, because I'm not going to let you go because I'm aware. So I'd be stupid. My logic tells me I'd be really stupid, if I'm aware of this thing, this beautiful opportunity here that's unconditional and loving and from a place of a beautiful empress. I'm aware of this now. You know, although I can't speak it out loud because that means I'm going to have to question all these other things logically. And I still have no idea why I know this. So God forbid I'm going to communicate this or have this, you know, open sort of a back and forth here. Yin yang, black and white, dark and light attributes, okay? So I'm just going to take a little nappy poo here. Laughing and crying. I'm aware. Yay, I'm aware. Like, this is beautiful. I'm aware because what I'm aware of is this, like I said, this. This makes me laugh. This makes me happy. I cry because I'm not here, so I just sleep. I have to make a decision here. I have to act in some way, right? Laughing and crying. Laughing and crying. Okay, so they see the awareness. They need to get very, very, very clear in what does this mean and how do I communicate it? And look at all these eyes. So I feel there is a seeing, okay? And look at all these tears, which I feel are emotions here. So there's emotions, and I feel like emotions are slowly creeping their way out, making their way out, but an engineer with emotions, God forbid, right? Somebody who just wants to be logic. Why am I crying? And why am I forming, my third eye here? Why? I need to know why, because I'm an engineer. I need to make sense of it. You know why? Because you have an awareness. Pile number 2 person, you have an awareness. This is coming from a place you can't explain. This is coming from a subconscious place. Okay, and they have it. Look at the third eye. They know there's an awareness here of what this connection is. But God forbid I communicate or take off this mask, right? And then I'm going to have to make some sort of a decision here, which means changing my life, which means addressing things that I'm not ready to address. Appreciation, awareness. Yeah, I do feel this person really, again, codependency, you know. I feel like this person was getting exactly what they want, but they were dependent on you for giving it without coming to the table with this, making the decision, tying it in, you know, turning the key, making that decision, taking that step. So as long as you're in this energy and giving, why would I need to make this decision? Why would I need to go, you know, buy milk if I have the cow at home kind of thing? So you got smart. You're like, nope, pulling the plug. You're like, mission accomplished. I now understood why I was feeling like this, because you weren't pulling the plug because you were too much trying to figure things out, even though I know you have an understanding, okay? And this person appreciates that whatever they were getting from you. There's a deep appreciation here and a recognition and an awareness, but at the same time, it comes with a heavy, what does that mean about me, you know? And why don't I understand this? And I'm going to have to make some decision here. So cornucopia, wow, this is a beautiful card. Cornucopia, this is abundance here. Okay, this is giving me heavy, like 10 of Pentacles. This is an ability to kind of have everything. It's also very Empress type energy too. So I feel like this person was getting the cornucopia, the Empress, appreciating it. So I do feel they were appreciative, but it's one thing to be appreciative and another thing to act and do and make the choices here in a practical way rather than turn a blind eye to it. Because again, we were supporting this person and keeping them not having to make these decisions. And I feel like this keep an open mind is really also telling your person, because there's some sort of fear here that I might have to change something here that I'm not used to, but this is how I always do it, or this is what my life means, or this is my ideology, and this is because I can't get out of my head. So if I change, you know, then I can't. But it's like Spirit saying, keep an open mind here. But they're like, yeah, I'd rather just close my eyes and pretend it doesn't exist because I was getting this anyway. Okay, and if they were stuck in a cycle with you, because it seems like it with codependency, yeah, this person will get over it. They'll be back, and then I can have my cornucopia without having to dive into my tarantula energy. Okay, and you're like, hells to the no. So this is what I see for current state. We're going to pause this, and I'm going to go pick your oracle cards to look at future state and see what we see. All right, give me a minute. Hi loves, you stuck around. All right, so I have not looked at these, just pulled them. We're looking at the energetic future state of you and this person. Although when I was putting the cards away, the energy came in very strong with that deer. So I think I missed a point there. Not only were you hesitant and skittish from experience here, or feeling something off in being your natural, loving, giving self, but there was something there about your innocence and your almost like naiveness. And I think it was a gentle, loving energy. Spirit really wanted me to tell you that that place that it was coming from was very loving, giving, gentle, and there was a naiveness here, okay? But I feel like, I mean, it's difficult, right? Because we don't want to be naive, but we want to be authentic to ourselves. And my cat is going to jump on the table, and I just don't want him to knock the camera over. But then we recognize here where we could have been, or at least now we know from a lesson here where we don't need to be naive, right? But there was this beautiful innocentness coming through. All right, let's take a look at future state here for you guys. Beautiful pile one. Might have to switch energies. I'm not sure if they flip-flop on me, but we'll see. So future state of you. I'll start with your energy. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. 36, predictions of growth. Beautiful. Got that tree there. Breakthrough, processing karmic debris. This was in pile number 1, current states. This might be a less evolved version of pile 1. You might want to go check out pile 1 for guidance, only if you are guided to, of course. But breakthrough, processing karmic debris there with 5-5. Ooh, we have the moon coming out again. You guys had the moon goddess, now the moon. All right, beautiful moon energy, all about the feminine energy. We have the stone, 67. The stone. The world, 29. Look at that, the world. The moon and the world. And we have poised with 48. Poised. Can you see that? It's a little blurry. Poised. And we have dragonfly, air energy, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Dragonfly. And we have storyteller, light attribute, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Shadow attribute, making up tales that harm others. And we have Samaritan. Interesting, because this came out, I thought in pile 1. Both of these came out anyway. Samaritan. Okay, this came out on your person's side here. Light attribute, refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. And shadow attribute, exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. All right, interesting energy here. Pile number 1. I do feel, though, this is still your energy. Yeah, I do feel like this is your energy, but I guess I'll just read it as it's coming in here and you make sense of this. But Spirit just told me, because pile number 1, there was like a message there, and I don't want to spoiler alert, but there's a coming into judgment where you can choose to go down a road of allowing someone who didn't quite do what they were supposed to recognize the error of their ways without hitting them in the head with mean words, or in ways that we might be able to because we might have the power to or the ability to. Doesn't mean that we should. I feel like the message I'm getting here is that you might have chose the opportunity to still go down the unchosen path here. And I say unchosen, I meant the lower path. I don't know how to word it. Lower path, okay? So maybe this is a recognition to you here. And learning some sort of a cycle and learning some sort of something here. Okay, let me put this into words that make sense, because I don't want to say something here I can't take back. Okay, so there's a lesson here for sure, okay, that you're needing to put an end to cycle. Especially we saw the codependency thing there, okay? The world's all about ending cycles and this karmic debris that we're needing to have a breakthrough and learn something here. But until we have the breakthrough and learning, We can't have the breakthrough and the learning. We have to go through our subconscious, and we're going to have to face our fears, and we're going to have to take a look where we might not want to, or where we're not seeing out of a fear, or out of a not looking, or out of a not wanting, and we're fixed in some sort of way. And we're fixed in some sort of way because we don't want to let go, and we want to have the outcome we want, and we want to be fixed in this way. So if that means I got to keep telling my person, see, you should have done it that way. See, I'm giving from this higher place, which you are. Remember that deer that was getting skittish and recognizing there was a problem? That was a reason. It was saying, pull away and end the cycle. So I feel like some of you guys may be looking to close the cycle, but what I'm getting is, how do I close this cycle? I feel still frozen here, because this and the deer, this poised, it's almost like you still being there somehow energetically. You know, although Spirit is saying, and this might be just confirmation for you guys with the predictions of growth, there can be growth in this connection. There can be healing. There can be a future potential here of growth for sure, but it cannot come with you expecting an outcome, being energetically involved in any way when you're not getting what it is that you want, when you're being fixated on something here and attached to a sinking ship. Hitch your star to a wagon that's going somewhere else, okay? And we might be telling ourselves stories, and we might be like thinking we're some sort of doing what I really feel you feel you're doing for the greatest good of both you and this person here, by telling a story that if I'm acting out of this higher place, you know, then that's good, right? And yeah, but if you're energetically not removing yourself from a codependent situation and taking a look at why you can't move forward, and really ask yourself, are you letting go? Are you still energetically involved and telling yourself, I let go, but you're not really moving forward? Then that cycle doesn't really fully close. And I feel you really want to close the cycle. I feel you really want to have a breakthrough. Okay, so Spirit's saying you can't have a breakthrough if you're fixated on not energetically really letting things go and fall where they may. And that there is maybe an understanding on your end that there could be more, right? And yes, maybe there could be more, but there's a need for you to, you know, allow yourself to break free from something here, okay? Allow yourself to just go and energetically go where the freedom is, go where your heart is telling you. You're not having to remain stuck. I feel like you're tying yourself to some energy here in some codependent way, rather than this being the time where you have the breakthrough. And maybe you are having the breakthrough, because I feel like pile 1 had this breakthrough very strong. I feel like there's a need to process karmic debris here. And I think what this is telling me is this lesson, okay, because I feel the stone is round, the world is round, the moon is round. I see this, what is that called again? The crystal ball is round, cycle, 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 cycle. And Spirit's saying, how many times, pile number 2, are you going to go through this cycle and be so fixated to this and saying, whatever it is that you're telling yourself, whatever story you're saying is the right thing to do here, and maybe you do feel it is the right thing to do, but are you getting the results you want? Or you keep getting the same results here? Or is it time to face your fear in our subconscious and really learn to let go of an outcome here? Be free and know when we're feeling skittish, or where we're feeling a held backness, or where something feels off, that we need to take care of ourselves, okay? And embrace our divine feminine. And a divine feminine is beautiful Empress energy. She doesn't stick around continuously to outpour emotions and love in a state where, you know, it's not working. And I feel like even if you're not outputting emotions, by being poised, by remaining energetically tied to something here, it doesn't allow for there to be growth, for there to be a shift. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, hopefully I did that one, communicated that one well to you. Let's take a look at your person's energy here. This is future state. So I have a feeling you're probably going to go through a couple of cycles here. Now, again, I'm not saying you have to, but I feel like there's still more needing to be learned here before you have your breakthrough. And because that's future state, you're now saying, okay, well, if I act in this way, it's different. So I might get a different outcome. And maybe you need to learn that when you're poised, when you don't move away, when you still have a finger on the pulse of this connection, you're still not going to get what you want. So does that end the cycle? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I have a feeling it does not, but you need to see that with your own eyes and experience that before the next cycle here. All right, so your person, their energy, we have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Okay, retreat. Now again, like I said, you can crisscross energies if you want. Afraid of the attic. My right eye is twitching. 58. Afraid of the attic. 1010, High Priestess, expanding consciousness. Soul Merger, 3-3, ebb and flow. Soul Merger. Wow. The Void. Wow, afraid of the attic and the void. That is pretty powerful. And we have Eros. Look at that. We have fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. This is all about the heart chakra. We have peace with 23. We have Firefly, air energy. This is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We were getting that with the engineer as well. Firefly. I'm also getting heavy fire. Aries, Leo, Sag energy with the Firefly. We have guide. Light attribute represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Shadow attribute places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. Child wounded. Light attributes awakens compassion and desire to solve other wounded children. Opens the learning path of forgiveness. Shadow attributes blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds. Resists moving on through forgiveness. Okay, guide and child wounded. So I'm going to go get my book just for one card here because I think it has a big message for you. I'll be right back, okay? All right, gorgeous pile number 2. So I'm looking up the Eros here for your person, okay? And it's near the end of the book here. But Eros says love as desire, eroticism and sensuality. Though Eros can be depicted as unbridled sensuality and eroticism, a more contemplative understanding of this archetypal energy leads us to the root of desire itself. What do we long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being, nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to monetarily unite. Our heart embraces otherness, and in doing so, we further understand our own. Our life force awakens. This card reveals an inevitable initiation into love's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart. And remember, though the way is circuitous, you are always being led toward its center. When in light attribute, passion, playfulness, sexual health. When in dark, madness, projection, and obsession. All right. Big, heavy message here. I do feel like this is your person based on what we saw here. I feel like there is some recession here in regards to the connection, but I feel it is much needed. So you know when you go up, down, up, down, up, down, but overall you're kind of going up, kind of like the stock market. Is it stock market? I don't know. An investment where eventually you go up, but it's coming up and down, up and down. I feel like this is a down, down, down moment in future state. From maybe where it felt it was a little bit, because it felt like the energy was more positive in our present state, right? And this feels like a detachment here. And it could be because there was that separation, or at least you understood there needed to be a separation in that present energy. This feels like there is definitely a disconnect here, okay? I feel like your person goes completely disconnected from this. And so this is really more positive. It's not really a recession because eventually this needs to be done. This person is really going into their heart space, and coming from an engineer type energy, that's a big feat, right? Like all those questions we were asking, but again, like, do we need to understand why the heart ticks. No, but we might need to understand ourselves, and we might need to really listen to our high priestess in order to expand our consciousness about ourselves. Because I feel your person was really afraid to go there, with being afraid of looking in the attic, and that's really going in the void, because there was nothing really there. Because if we never looked at it or tended to it, then it becomes a void, so we're afraid to go there. But we got to start asking these questions, these real questions here. And where is all that? It is in the heart space. So this person does retreat from this connection. So although physically things aren't happening, on an energetic level, there's lots happening in the heart space here. There's a need to pry it and take a look at the void, because I really feel like this void and this attic is this heart space for this engineer person, or I guess this your person here. Okay, and I feel like what they'll find there is a lot of wounding. So they can either blame whatever situations of the past for why they are the way they are, or they can utilize that in order to make decisions for what they want. And with the guide here, this is totally utilizing what they've learned in order to trust the divine to make the right decisions. Or, again, they can use this as kind of a controlling thing, right? So it depends on when they come out of this state, do they want to use what they've recognized here for good, for themselves, to further themselves and expand their consciousness? Okay, and with the soul merger here, ebb and flow, I really feel like this person is having to meld body, mind, spirit. Okay, and I feel this goes beyond this connection. And look at the beautiful heart chakra energy right there. Because I feel like your person has been really, really needing to tap into that space. So there's a blockage and a disconnect from spirit, mind, and body. And this heart space sitting right in the center there is needing to get addressed so that energy can flow, ebb and flow, okay? Because there's a big blockage here, which I'm sure you sensed, due to some childhood wounds or some experience they've had in the past that needs to be looked at. And do they want to trust the divine to get past this? Do they want to heal? Do they want peace for themselves here, essentially, at the end of the day? But I feel like on a 3D level, I don't feel like there's movement. And that could possibly be why you're so poised. But you also have your pulse on your person here. Like, are they going to learn? Why are they taking as long as they are? Why have they retreated? Are they doing the work here, right? Like, I mean, those are natural questions, but we might start saying stories. We might start, trying to fall back in old ways of sticking to something here where we got to learn to let go. And I feel like your person is really learning to light up their way here by understanding their heart. Okay, guiding, this is guiding, this is the firefly, it lights up just what it needs to see to keep moving forward in order to steer them in the right direction here. So I feel like your person's needing to look at their heart space in order to be able to move forward and even just see in front of them a bit, right? And guide their own selves. They can't be guided by you. And look at the beautifulness of this. Too afraid to go in the attic because there's darkness in there, and in order to see in that darkness, that this firefly energy, it's in order to see what's going on in here. And I really feel like this is the heart space. So your person's really being pushed to use their own light, use their own self to really look at their heart space here, whatever natural light they're able to give off out of themselves. They can't utilize your light. They can't utilize whatever you were giving them. It didn't matter how much you're pouring into this person. It's like what comes from within. Whatever they have from within is really going to have to shed some light here in this heart space and ask the tough questions. And they know they're going to see this. Okay, and that was what they were not choosing to do. Or, again, that whole knowing something needs to be done, but it's easier to take a nap, right? So soul merger is beautiful because I feel like once your person's able to do this, they can really blend their heart space into their body, mind, and spirit so that they can flow again. And they're being told this through their dreams and their awareness of what needs to be done. I mean, they're already aware, right? But that means removing themselves. And I feel that means removing themselves from everything, really. I feel your person does this in the future. Okay, they're really disconnected here. So physically, I mean, maybe they seem peaceful because they're just kind of withdrawn, but this is what's happening on an energetic level with your person. So that sounds pretty promising, right? Now, again, whether they choose to, use this as kind of the guide for what they're going to do here in the 3D world when they come out of whatever assessment they do, I do know it allows them to have a better flow of energy, and this is going to expand their consciousness, whether they understand it or not. So we'll see how they resolve this. But yeah, this is what I see here for you guys. Pile number 2. I hope this helped. Leave a comment, leave a like. If you were drawn to any other pile, you can go check that out. If not, peace out. I'll see you soon. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. So I lied about using the tarot because I didn't do that in 1 or 2. So we'll see, unless we need it. But you picked the, Grunge Tarot for pile number 3. Beautiful tarot deck. Let's get into your reading. We're taking a look at you and your person, current state of energy, okay, what you're energetically putting off right now, or timeless reading whenever you click this video, and then future state energetically in this connection between you and your person, with the caveat that if I say this is your energy, sounds more like your person, do the old switcheroo. You could be mirroring with your person, although I will be reading this first pile as your energy for the current state. Use your intuition. Use your intuition over my intuition every day, all day, because again, I'm just somebody you don't know, and you know your situation way better than I do, okay? So I ain't even going to pretend. I'm just going to communicate whatever energies I'm seeing, feeling from spirit here. All right, so with that being said, for all of those ones who need to hear it every single time, let's take a look at your current state in this connection energetically. So we have 15 with message in a bottle. Message in a bottle. I just heard Christina Aguilera, genie in a bottle. I'm a genie in a bottle. Okay, don't ask. The underworld. The underworld. Eesh. Look at how crazy that looks. The underworld. What number is that? 45 or 6, 47, 48. 48 might be significant here, okay? Underworld. And we have message in a bottle with 15, or the number 6, which is the lovers. We have a man holding a heart, 45. Man holding a heart. Message in a bottle. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. And like I said, if this isn't your energy, could very well be your person. Lion. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Could be heavy in your birth chart or in your person's. Take it as it resonates. Lion. Beautiful. We have 2-2, spiritual awakening. Shift or be shifted. Shift or be shifted. Powerful. Spiritual awakening. Underworld. Oh my goodness. Fog. 39. Could be significant. Fog. Nebula, just because I like saying nebula. Fog. Nebula. Lightning. 13. 13 is the death card in the tarot. Lightning. Look at that snake. Healing. It's wrapping itself around an egg here that's about to crack. Spiritual awakening. Broken and hatched, 72, or the number 9. Look at that, broken and hatched, another egg that's cracked, egg that's cracking. Cannot put the genie in the bottle once it's open. Yeesh. Okay, Samaritan. This came out for sure for pile 2, but I think it came out for pile 3. So Samaritan, light attribute, refines your capacity to help those you'd prefer to ignore. Shadow attribute, exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. Samaritan. And storyteller. This, I can't believe it. This came out for 2, both of them together. And I think it came out like twice. Anyway, I don't know if these piles are all connected somehow. Storyteller, light attribute, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Shadow attribute, making up tales that harm others. Alrighty. This is current energy for this energy I'm reading, which I'll read as yours. Again, cross it if it sounds like your person. Current state. What's happening with this person? This person is having a spiritual awakening because they are needing to shift or risk being shifted. And they ain't going to like the shift when it is forced upon them, because whatever security here was keeping them in this egg is cracked. It's fractured. And now it's making its way completely out of this due to some need for transformation, okay? The snake is all about shedding skin, and the death card's all about getting rid of the old in order to make way for the new. Once you shed your skin, you're reborn. Although this person is in the fog. Again, I say this person because I don't feel this is your energy, all right? I'm going to read it the way I read it. If it's you, it's you. If it's not, it's not. This person, you people, this person is in the fog because they can't see their way out of this, okay? Or at least they don't know what this is. I mean, if you've been in a spiritual awakening, which I'm sure you probably have, it's scary as fuck. Okay, this person feels like they're in the underworld and they're having to face the underworld, which is the belly of the monsters under their subconscious mind. Okay, and what's interesting is your very first card here is the message in a bottle. And what this is telling me is you said something, okay, I'm going to read this as your person. Something was said to this person that you said, and I'm pretty sure you said it, I don't know, we'll see, was said to this person that push them into this shift or need to be shifted. So either there was communication about an ultimatum, maybe there was communication about some realization, maybe there was communication about, you know what, it is what it is, see you later, and now this person's been thrown into the underworld, having to sort through dragons and demons and everything in the underbelly because it's either shift or be shifted. So either their egg it's definitely already cracked, okay? But whether they're completely out of it or not, and I feel for a lot of you guys, because energy, you can't pinpoint exact timing. So some of you guys, your people are like, it's fractured and they know it's coming. And some of your people, they're already out of this egg, can't put it back, and they're crawling in this underworld, okay? Or at least navigating through the fog of the underworld, because we don't know what we're going to see there and why we're seeing it. So a spiritual awakening is very heavy. Now, man holding a heart. I feel like this energy, there's deep sense of love here. There's a soul recognition with past life relationship. Okay, and I feel like this is what's triggered this person's awakening. Their deep sense of love and recognition in this connection, specifically because this is about you and the connection with this person in current state. I know that I know you from a past life. I know that there's something deep here. I know how deep I love you and might have loved you in past lives. Okay, with this whole deep connection, that whatever it was that you said to me or communicated or that I heard has thrown me into this need to, it's not even a need, it's just throwing me into a spiritual awakening, okay? And they're needing to do this, but they can't control this. This is just something that's happening. I mean, an egg doesn't struggle to be hatched. It hatches when it's time for it to hatch. It comes out when it's time for it to come out. And guess what? It's time for it to come out. Now, this person could have been telling themselves all sorts of stories because it's scary to go in the fog and it's scary to navigate in this underworld. So we're going to tell ourselves a whole bunch of things here, okay? And we might even lie about, what this is, but I don't think your person's lying about what this is. I think your person's been honest, and I feel like your person might have even communicated this to you recently, or at some point, a soul recognition or some sort of deep love or some recognition here. I feel it was communicated. Your person's having to embrace courage. Your person's having to really deal with ego, okay, because that's what we deal with when we have a spiritual awakening. We have to part with ego in order to shift our consciousness and grow. But I feel like there's something here about your person being very courageous. Like, look at their energy, okay? I feel like this person is ready to face whatever it is. And I feel like your person's ego, because I feel like they're still going through the spiritual awakening, okay? And I feel the energy your person's encompassing right now, and it makes me laugh, it's really cute, is this lion ready to face whatever it is. But little do they know the energy they're embracing is the exact energy that they're going to have to shed here. But they're standing in that energy like, yeah, I'm ready, man. Bring it on. I'm looking at this underworld. I'm ready to run through this. Easy breezy lemon squeezy. Well, little do they know, easy breezy lemon squeezy is their attitude, their energy, and it's going to be equally reflected in what they're going to uncover because it's within themselves. So however strong they feel in this and intense they feel in their ability to navigate this is the same intense craziness that they're going to feel when they have this moment, and it is intense. And anyone who's had the spiritual awakening is going to know that cracking of this egg, and you can't put it back. Genie ain't going back in that bottle. Okay, so but right now they're needing to pump themselves up, and they're needing to lean in on their ego and lean in on what is happening to them here, right? It's like, yeah, So I'm acknowledging, that there is this love or there's this, and it's like, I'm doing what I need to do here. Are they though? I don't think they recognize what they're needing or having to do here organically is experience some sort of spiritual awakening. Yeah, I feel like they feel they're doing the right thing. I feel like this person feels like they don't know what they don't know yet. Okay, so I think this is a good thing. I think they're embracing this, the courage. They want to face what they need to. I think they're telling themselves everything they need to tell themselves to get through it. I think they want what's best here, specifically for them. I think their ego is driving them here. I think they're still a little in the fog, but they're like, you know what, I ain't scared. I ain't scared of this, until, again, they can't put themselves back. So they're needing this in order to heal, in order for things to move. But this is current state, okay? We'll look at future state after, but let's look at this other energy and see if this is you. Interesting that I read that as your person. Whatever. Between worlds. This person's gone through a spiritual awakening, I feel they're now stepping into the other side. See the black and whites? They're now transitioning into the in-color world. They're now seeing the beauty that's out there. I think they've done the hard work here. I'm pretty sure. Okay? Between worlds. The sustainer. Yeah, they're ready to step into the colorful world to go and create and build and make something here. And it's almost like this joy of I can build and create and mold whatever I want in this new world, in this new world. And even with the number 3, with whoever I want, I could create whatever I want, greater and bigger than myself alone, through the people, the environment, the community that I work with, the energy, what I want to invest in, what I want to create. Again, I get energy of creating something with hands, maybe making art, but also tangibly in this practical world, what it is I want. Oh my God, that scared me. I'll be right back. I want to see how I jumped there, but what was I saying? Because normally it's a confirmation when I get a distraction here. Yeah, you're creating something here in this practical world, okay? And you know that you're the god of what you make out of your life, and you're able to come into some sort of partnership here with the energies around you, community, friends, people, and you're seeing, like, look at this beautiful flamingo with a crown stepping into this colorful world. Yeah, beautiful energy. Angel of love, 49. Look at this divine feminine, beautiful love. It's out of a place of compassion, love. And yeah, I feel like there's this recognition of building something here out of a place of authenticity, out of a place of joy, out of a place of love, out of a place of not compromising and knowing self-worth. Separation. So time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So there's definitely, I feel a separation here for sure. Like current state, you're building, you're happy. I mean, to be honest, I don't know that you're happy that you're separated so much from this person, but I feel like you're happy in the fact that you're free. You're seeing color. You're building your future. You can see the potential. You're in your divine feminine power. You're actually molding a situation here and choosing where you want to invest, who you want to be around, what you want to put your energy towards. But I do feel there is a separation here, okay, between you and your person. Because remember, you sent them a message. You probably said, you know what, it's not working. Or, yeah, I can't anymore. Or, I don't know, whatever you said to your person is triggered. Remember, the having to explore the underbelly here of the monstrous world. And they're having this spiritual awakening. But at the same time, I'm feeling from your person, because they're looking over at you with this lion card. Okay, you don't see that, but they're looking over right at this angel of love. And they're like, hey, look at me. I'm doing the right thing here. Hey, look at me. And look at, she's like, nope, I'm looking at my heart. I'm looking at my authentic love, joy, creativity. And this lion isn't budging, right? But there's something about the ego here that's trying to get the attention here. But I feel like you're like, nope, separation. Okay. Oh, bear. Yeah. Yeah, we're in bear mode here. So this is earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. This is, you know what, I'm very protective. And guess what I'm protective of? My heart, my creations, who I work with, where I invest, the community, the people I choose to work with, where I choose to give my heart energy. I'm very protective, and don't come near it if you're going to threaten it, because Mama Bear comes out. Okay? And I'm very, very, very stuck on my understanding of who I am and what I want for myself, and I will not compromise in order to build what it is I want. Therefore, if it's separation that needs to be, then that's what needs to be. Okay? That's the type of energy I'm picking up here with the bear. So, 1-1, acknowledge, take responsibility. Yeah. You're now recognizing your own accountability, your own responsibility in this connection. So, what does this mean? Well, you said something here, or some communication here that has propelled this person, or was a catalyst to this person having to resolve their own, take a look at themselves and have a spiritual awakening by you separating, because you've acknowledged. You're like, it takes two. If I keep continuously pouring in energy and effort, I can't create what I want. I can't step into the light here, and I'm stuck in this black and white world. So I need to protect my heart, and I acknowledge and I take responsibility for my own actions and responsibility for my own future. So no one's going to protect my heart. No one's going to protect my dreams, my future, what it is I want for myself, what I want to build. I want to build something there and protect it. Okay? I don't want to just keep building something and have someone rip it away from me, or have it vulnerable and exposed. I need to, be in this energy, and I take accountability, and I acknowledge where I might have not have been. Okay, beautiful. Karmic relationship, 1-1, releasing the past. Yep. I take accountability, responsibility, and I acknowledge that I have to go through a separation here and let it go. I have to let it go. I can't hang on to this anymore. Karmic relationship. I've learned what I needed to learn here. You know what? Painful, because I'm still looking at my heart. It's still really bruised. But what was this karmic relationship about? You know what? It's okay. I'm going to let it go with releasing the past. I'm going to let it go. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to embrace the way I need to be, and that I haven't learned a lesson here to protect my heart, because it is bruised. But I'm also in the state where I take responsibility that I didn't have to get it as bruised as it might have been, because I wasn't encompassing a bear attitude. I might have been putting up with something here, but now I take accountability and I can release this. I'm no longer angry at this person, and I'm also not angry at myself. Although I am looking at my bruised heart, but look at this. I'm super excited that I'm entering into this, and I'm so excited about seeing things in color. Stepping into working with people and creating my future is so exciting that I just release any sort of negativity. I don't need to be stuck in a karmic relationship, okay? Mars, yeah, fight for what I believe. Speak for what I believe. Take charge. But this is assertive energy. This isn't aggressive and forcing something to go your way. And this isn't passive energy where I'm no longer communicating. This is assertiveness. This is, I stand for what I believe. I fight for what I believe. And I choose which hill to die on. But it's my choice to fight for my beliefs. It's my choice to speak up and stand up. And I believe you spoke up, all right? You said something here that was truthful. And if I pull the tarot, I'm sure I'd see the Ace of Swords, although I don't know if I'm going to be pulling tarot. But you said something in your truth, okay? Fighting for what you believe, what you wanted to build for yourself, what you wanted to create here, and now you're protective of it, come hell or high water, because you see this beautiful future. You see color in the future, okay? And you were stuck in this black and white, and you no longer want to be in the black and white. Oh yeah, sap of the moon planet, beautiful. So that's 41, might be significant. Sap of the moon planet. This is a beautiful energy here. I should read to you guys. Yeah, I should read to you guys this, because there might be a message here that's better worded than I can even explain to you guys. Okay, so sap of the moon planet. We have nocturnal sacred water of the unconscious. Succus lunaria is an ancient substance said to be born of water, plant, and moonlight. This elixir develops in the depth of night and is thus a metaphor for the wellspring of the unconscious. When this alchemical magic is afoot, it's all about dreams. The answer you are seeking will not come from the intellect nor the opinion of others. It will surface from the depths, as if rising from the ancient waters of your memory. The work is to rest, restore, and awaken your celestial senses. Do this by pausing, by releasing your grip. The sap of the moon planet signifies you are in the deep territory of destiny and the imagination. This is a mythic moment. The dream is waiting to show itself, but awaits your sincere invitation. Ask and rest. All will be revealed. Track your dreams for the next 3 nights. The divine feminine. I knew this was your energy. I'm sorry if you're not divine feminine, but I feel like this side resonates definitely with divine feminine. This is your dream. This is your understanding. It's coming from the deepest place of your soul. And that's how you're able to forgive and release the past and take responsibility, because this, you can't put a price on this, okay? And if you're bogged down by people, situations, not taking accountability, then you're giving up on something beautiful here that I think you see and you know through your dreams. It's very colorful, and you're willing to protect yourself and do whatever it takes, okay? And stand in your power. And that means you finally were able to tell this person exactly what it was, although I do feel there was heart bruising here. Okay, so let's take a look at some more. Dependency with 61. Look at this. The chains have been broken. This is coming in reverse. Okay, so whatever you were dependent on in a situation to feed you with emotions, there's an apple here. Look at the chains. It's giving me devil energy. It was holding you back. You're breaking free from whatever was holding you back. It was like you were dependent on what was coming external from this connection and held back by it. But I think what happened was you told this person, I need to go with the separation here. Okay, I need to go, releasing the past, releasing this energy, because it's the best thing to do. Because look, do you want to stay in this state? No, you can't stay in this state. So you have to adapt this type of an energy to get out and break free from this chain, because this is more important to you, okay? This is way more important to you. Who shows up, what you build for yourself in this colorful world is what matters to you, not pain and not what this person is doing. Oh my God, you guys, look at this. Angel, light attribute, helping those in need with no expectation of return. Shadow attributes, acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. So clearly we're in the light attribute of this angel, seeing angel twice. Okay, where we understand here, and this is the beautiful thing, I feel, that we understand now where we want to give love with no expectation of return, but we've also come into this divine feminine energy that says, I can't just keep giving out of this place. I got to be protective of it, right? And it doesn't mean that I can't open up my heart space anymore and still give it. I just need to be more selective who and where I'm engaging my energy. That's what this is about, okay? Because you didn't say, well, screw it, I got hurt and now I'm going to be guarded. It's like I'm looking at my bruised heart, but now I'm getting wise about, me still helping those in need with no expectation of return despite it, because I'm accountable. I took responsibility that I didn't have to stick around in some situation that was going to be painful. I can release and forgive myself, but what I have to do is separate from this energy, from this situation. No matter what, I got to stand for what I believe and communicate this honestly, okay? Because this does not feel good. And I don't know how long you were in this state, but it doesn't feel good. Look, she's crying. And little drops of emotion here and there, like it's so sparse, right? Mother, light attributes, nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. That's exactly what I was feeling here, birth to life. You're creating something. Shadow attributes, smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. So that's what I was talking about, this whole releasing the past. You could be, instilling guilt or doing whatever here. You're like, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to nurture with unconditional love, send peace and love, but be like, out of peace and love, I got to go. Okay, out of peace and love, I got to nurture this. I got to nurture something that I'm creating here and sustain it in my life, something that is sustainable, not something wishy-washy. But in order to do that, I have to step into that world, because listening to my divine feminine, listening to my dreams, listening that there's something greater, bigger there, and I'm willing to protect it, get assertive if I need to, stand firm, and be very over the top about this. Because if I get pushed, I have to have a battle here on my hands, right? But I'm going to protect what I know is right here. So this is current state, and I do feel this is your energy. So beautiful. You can switch them if it's not, but let's take a look at future state and see what we see. All right, I'll see you in a bit. All right, gorgeous pile number 3. I shuffle the oracle cards. Let's take a look at future state. You might have to crisscross because I don't know if they shuffle, but I'm going to read this as the first energy, which was the person having the spiritual awakening. Now again, we may have to switch it depending on how the energies came out, but we have the orphan card coming out, and this is the future energetic state, okay, of you and your person. I'm going to assume this is your person because they were the ones with the spiritual awakening. The orphan card, number 5. We have clearing karma, kundalini activation. Oh my goodness, 6-6. Spiritual awakening, kundalini activation. This person is in for some, sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but this is not fun. This is not fun, okay? I mean, there's definitely great joys, but this is not fun, Kundalini awakening, okay? And I was doing more research about it because I've definitely going through a spiritual awakening, very long and tedious, and I can't believe people go through it for years and years and years and years, but the Kundalini awakening, there's so many symptoms and so many different ways people can go through this, and some are very excruciating. And I don't know that I've gone through anything excruciating other than extreme tiredness, okay? But I mean, this is crazy. All right, so clearing karma, Kundalini activation, visions. Oh my God, sounds like spiritual awakening. All right, visions. Look at that person's crown chakra, third eye opening up there. Visions. And we had orphan there too. Interesting. Femme fatale. Oh my gosh. Light attributes. Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. Opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Shadow attributes. Inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money or power. This is absolutely interesting here. Opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. All right, 41. 7th chakra, 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. Wow. Crown chakra, spiritual, very, 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 very spiritual here. Gold. Beautiful. Now we had silver come out for pile number 1. This might be a more evolved version of pile number 1 coming out here. Calcification. Okay, wait, this was 26. This is 64 with calcification. Look at that center there. Okay, keep going. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Very soon. Buffalo, earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, beautiful, and oyster. Wow. This is, I think, water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, oyster. Okay, and then all that glitters, 16. Femme fatale, all that glitters, calcification, and oyster here. Okay, so this is what, and the orphan. So, do you know what this is telling me? Your person over here has big things that they're having to overcome here. This orphan can talk about childhood traumas and dealing with abandonment issues and needing to heal from this, okay? Feeling alone, feeling abandoned, having to go take a look at this, being very, very closed off to emotions because of our abandonment wounds, being very closed off. Okay, shutting out everything to the detriment of our own happiness, where things started to calcify, you know, where we started getting used to being shut out, where we started not allowing there to be a warmth that was going to free us from what we were holding in very close. Could have been very much just seeing love as something that was erotic, or being attracted to money, power, sex, okay? Yeah, inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money or power. the femme fatale here. I feel this person's having to open their sensuality up from the divine feminine aspect here and know what it's like to have a divine feminine energy here of receptivity and not coming from a place of femme fatale. This person was attracted to all that glitters. That is being, seeing something that looks greener on the other side, or not committing to something because we see something better across the street, or something that doesn't need to get deep, something that gives us temporary fulfillment but not long-term fulfillment because we're distracting or covering up. These are the main issues that this person is having to look at when they're going through their spiritual awakening. And this is future state. This is the Kundalini awakening. Okay, this person is coming into awareness of these things. They're having visions. They're opening up their third eye and their crown chakra, and they're understanding. They're having visions, okay, of what it is they're supposed to be doing, how they've been, and how this is impacting them spiritually and also in this physical level. Crown chakra, Kundalini awakening, which is, all of our chakras being awakened, energetic pulses that come out the top of our head from our, our root chakras, where we have to get aligned with all of our chakras and allow energy to flow. So if we're experiencing all of this blockage, we can't release, we can't be in alignment, we can't let our chakras flow. So all of this needs to be flowing from the divine down to us and back from us to the divine without any blockages. Okay, this is very spiritual stuff that we're talking about here. And I feel like your person is this is like gold to me is, first place. This is like our higher self. This is our higher purpose. We're now at our potential here. And I always use the analogy of the Olympics, right? When we get gold medal, that's the best. You get gold. So you're aligning to your higher purpose. You're no longer playing with bronze or not making the Olympics here because you're not understanding how this is impacting how you're drinking or your skipping practice is impacting you getting gold. This is your higher self. This is you wanting to be in line with your higher purpose here, and that's what Spirit's calling, and that's what they're seeing through visions, okay? But they can't have this type of stuff. You can't keep skipping practice and not putting in the elbow work if you want to be in your full potential here. You have to address your drug problems or your whatever you have here. Now I'm just using extremes, right? This person is, because this is future state. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now very soon. So I feel like in the future, energetic state, as your person goes through this, they get very clear as to what it is that they're going to want to choose for themselves. This needs to get resolved and addressed. Okay, now we can't solve world hunger, but this is a lot of shit going on here with this person. And that's why I said, that courageous lion we were seeing, and that energy was so grand, and the grander the ego and the bigger that energy was ready to face the underworld. Little did they know all this is like matching up to that, but God doesn't give us more than what we can't face or handle. So that lion's having to really go through that in order to decide what they want. So very soon after all of this and Kundalini awakening and clearing all this karma, okay, this is all karmic shit, okay? Now, this could be some karmic shit due to their own doing in this world, okay? Could be some tied to this connection. I don't know. But we also carry karmic stuff from our ancestors, and this is a long line of shit here, okay? Abandonment, not being able to open up with emotions, getting stuck in our ways, fixated on things, getting attracted to money and power over allowing ourselves to be in a receptive type energy, being attracted to the shiny things in life, things that don't matter so much, like surface relationships. And look at this. I feel like very soon, this is what I'm seeing, the determination. The lion now becomes very, very much humbled and unwavering, looking at a decision, very focused, very determined, very consistent, very reliable, very powerful, very determined, persistent. This is a beautiful energy, I feel, with the buffalo. Let's see. What do we have with the buffalo here? But I feel like this is what's the result here. Buffalo. what was it? I'm gonna give away my age. Fred Flintstone, when they used to wear those the buffalo hats and they'd go bowling. What did he used to say? I don't know. Go, go, buffalo? No. All right. Buffalo. Buffalo soldier. We have grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. Wow, does that not sound like spiritual, heavenly, grounded, practical, beautiful energy? Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind rise towards heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time, and may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. When in balance, trusting and pure presence. When it's out of balance, it's restless and lacks gratitude. Your person's being humbled, and your person's going through a spiritual awakening, and all of that glitters and blah, 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 blah is all kind of aside, okay? And I feel it's not one thing you said, but I do feel like there was something that was communicated here that kind of propelled this person in this current state that we saw towards this, and this future state is them having to experience this, and who knows how long that's going to take, probably years and years. Although, when I read energy future state, it could be anywhere from 3 months, 6 months, okay? And it could just be the triggering of all this, but there's an awareness for sure. So let's take a look at the other person's future state, which would be yours. So we have the gem here with 56. Number 11, the gem. Look at that beautiful, colorful, rainbow-ish gem in the middle of the black and whiteness. Again, that was that, remember we saw the flamingo going from the dark to the light. Was that this pile? Yeah, like going into the colorful world, knowing what we needed to sustain and build for ourselves. Remember your identity. You can do it. Remember your identity. You can do it. Yeah, look at this. Amidst all this black and white, look at this beautiful gem. Okay, you can do it. And we have speak your truth, express yourself. 8-8. And look at that. We have a mask, okay, which a mask would be us not speaking our truth, and then we have speaking our truth. Speak your truth, express yourself. The sword, 77, walking, talking our truth. Being in line with our higher truth. Our intentions, our actions in line, and our communication in line with the truth, what we believe to be true. And it looks like there's a snake around there, which is all about healing. Okay, the truth. Lots about expression. Hermit, light attributes. Seek solitude to focus intently on inner life. Serves personal creativity. Shadow attributes. Withdraws from society out of a fear or negative judgment of others. Refusing to help those in need. So, beautiful pile number 3. There was a going inwards and really taking a look at what you wanted to do for your own personal creativity. This is all about what you can build, what you can sustain. You know there's a precious gem in here, right? How are you going to release and express yourself to the world? So I feel like there's both you and this person are on these parallels, but there's nothing here I'm seeing happening like this with the connection yet. I'm seeing you and I'm seeing your person, and both I see ascending, but I don't see there being a blend of anything. So I see you really focused on, I know that there's something here that I'm a gift and that I have it within me. How can I express it? How can I let it go? How can I remember what that is? How can I align myself to the truth of what I'm feeling inside? You know, now that I've gone inside and that I recognize that I can heal myself in any which way in order to push myself towards the truth, living the truth. Community. Yeah, building that sense of community. Remember I was seeing with that, if it was that flamingo card, I don't know, it's card number 3, and I said it was building a community, or now you get to choose who you work with. What's your network friend group? You know, who are the people you're surrounding yourself in day out? Are they aligned with your truth? Are they wearing masks? Are they speaking and walking and talking in truth? You now know who you surround yourself with is going to support you and the beauty that you have, okay? This is a beautiful community. So it could be an online community. This could be going through, whatever, your public social community up the street, something that you're now just allowing yourself to get creative and get involved here. Iron, 22. This is all about us building the foundation and the structure here to support ourselves. Now that we know that there's a truth, this is also giving me that heavy bear energy, because iron is one of the strongest metals, which has been used for centuries and centuries and centuries to hold up bridges and still maintain their integrity and their strength. And I feel like it's really building yourself in a way that is indestructible here, okay? But I feel like there's an emphasis here on the foundation. So you might be really taking a look before stepping forward and asking yourself, am I in line? Am I healed? Is this truly where I'm going to shine? Is this truly what I want to build and sustain for myself? And is this where I want to pour my creative juices? Are these the people that I want around me? Are these the people I want to energetically give my power to or share my energy with? Because if I speak and express myself, I'm giving a gift here, okay? So can I be myself, or do I got to wear a mask? Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Some of you guys are getting an offer here. Some of you guys are coming into some sort of a network of people where you find somebody here who is on the same committed path as you, okay? Now, for some of you guys, I'm picking up this person has a spiritual awakening. They might come here with some sort of an engagement, some sort of a commitment offer. I don't know. And for all of you guys, it's something different, but this is what gave it away. Very soon, there's a decision I need to make, and it's around how do I commit to pile number 3? Because we were seeing the heart, the man holding the heart, and a soul recognition of this connection. This type of an energy is not going to let go on having a soul recognition and saying, I had my Kundalini awakening, I'm going to fuck off. This type of an energy, this person who gets gold in the Olympics, who opens up their crown chakra, who faces all of this garbage, who goes through all this honestly, and knows that there's a soul recognition and a love, because we were seeing that. When they're faced with a decision, guess what they're going to make? They're going to make a decision, okay? But they still they have free will. Are they going to commit? Are they going to come in with an offer? Are they going to engage themselves properly here? And if they don't, you're opening yourself up to a network here. That's opening yourself up to building the foundation for your own future, what you can sustain. But you're speaking your truth, expressing yourself, remembering your identity, identifying that you don't need to wear a mask anymore because you've gone inwards. Okay, so engagement, that's pretty powerful stuff here. We have Panther, and we also have Frog. So I feel like there is a duality here, and what I feel has been recognized here, okay, is you're remembering who you are, and you're remembering sometimes I'm vicious, and sometimes I'm in my dark energy here. And sometimes I need to remind myself that I can bring balance. And sometimes I'm more passive. And sometimes I'm not as threatening. And sometimes I don't know what I want. And sometimes I need guidance from other people around me to inspire me, in order for me to move forward and leap forward and take chances. But I'm both these things. I'm not only in this energy where I'm like vicious or having to be on the defensive, and nor am I a pushover here or having to keep myself moving forward. I'm a mixture of both these things. So I need to build my foundation here, and I know there's something precious here, but I need to keep with my truth. So I feel like there's a balance here, and see how, even like the dark and light here, I feel like you are understanding your balance of your dark attributes and your light attributes in being balanced here. Number 6, not for you. fortune cookie. So you're recognizing exactly that. Where am I wearing a mask? Where am I not allowed to speak my truth? Where am I not allowed to be myself? Where is there something that doesn't support my healing and my truth of what my intentions are for myself? And I know that's no longer for me. I'm not going to put up with, I'm not going to stick around, I'm not going to force, I'm not going to try to fit into a community of friends and people and situations and a community group. If it's not for me, I can find my own fortune here. And what my fortune is going to be aligned with a true expression of myself. And it's going to support the beauty in me, and it's going to allow me to shine. That's going to be my foundation. And that's going to allow me to have the commitments and the ascending that I want in my own life here. Okay, so yeah, this is, and look, this panther's eyes are the exact same color as the frog. And so I'm just getting like, there's a real review here of alchemizing the shadow and the light attributes and seeing where maybe I used to be passive and would just kind of maybe not address things and go over them or move away from them. I'm now knowing I can speak up. I'm now knowing I can express myself instead of maybe jumping over it, leapfrogging over a problem, not talking about it. I can now see, okay, where I act this way, and I can speak up or even be assertive if I need to in order to express myself where I need to. I'm no longer scared of being in this energy if I, facing conflict, okay? But I also recognize that sometimes I do need to pick my battles. But I feel there's a recognition here of something with expression. And because we had the current state, that first card, which was that message in a bottle, was you expressing something. So I think the floodgates are open. You express something to your person that was aligned with your truth. And you might have been wearing a mask. And you might have not have been truthful with yourself, and you might have been hanging on to something that didn't feel aligned or not aligned with your intention. So now you're like, you know what? I got to stay firm, and I got to be building my foundation here and express myself where I would normally just not say something. Okay. And speak my truth in order to get what I want here. And I feel like you ascend here. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So there's going to be higher commitment. It doesn't have to be marriage, but certainly a higher level of commitment than you were getting from your environment here in your love life specifically. Is it from this person? Well, I have the power to see a little bit more. I didn't do this for any of the other piles, but let's take a look. With the Grunge Tarot that you picked, we'll just ask Spirit kindly, if Spirit wants to share, is this higher level of commitment in pile number 3's love life coming from the person having the spiritual awakening, the person that came here about? What further can you communicate in regards to future state for pile number 3, specifically when it comes to this connection? What do we have here? Spirit might not want to show, because again, this is future states. But there is a higher level of commitment here for sure, and you both are ascending. 6 of Swords, moving away from strife. 9 of Swords, that's that anxiety. 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, and Temperance in reverse. So look at this. Moving away from the anxiety, moving away from the mental stress, moving away from any sort of codependent ways of being. Also, this is my single card, okay? When it's upright, there's somebody who's successful in their own standing alone. I feel like there's an energy here who's very independent, okay? Very, very, very independent now, who's now having to become humbled, who's now addressing where they need to let go of fixated ways. With the 4 of Pentacles, this is like hanging on or holding back. This is releasing and letting go, okay? Because with the Temperance here being in reverse, this is all about needing to alchemize a situation where both sides show up in order to temper a situation and bring the right amount of ingredients on both sides in order to compromise and blend things in a balanced way. In reverse, it's like lopsided. Somebody needs to heal. Healing needs to happen here. So I think what Spirit is saying is there needs to be a moving away from strife. There needs to be a healing done first. And there is a free will here. And when somebody learns to let go of their independent self or a dependency on this connection, or where they were dependent on this connection specifically, and learn to let go, you know, and release any anxiety that they have here, then there is movement between this connection. Although I don't see whether, you know, this commitment comes from this person, but I do see ascension. So let's just ask for guidance here for you guys. Beautiful pile number 3. Now, I don't know what side you fall on, and you guys could be going through this spiritual awakening crazy shit, but your person's certainly dropping their mask, and they're recognizing where they need to express themselves, if that's vice versa. So, Spirit, can we get some final words of guidance here for pile number 3? What do they need to know in regards to this connection specifically? Further guidance. I feel I need to end it here. We got the 2 of Wands in reverse and the Judgment, and that's exactly it, okay? The Judgment here is totally in line with what we're seeing here and here and here, which is the 7th chakra, opening up to our visions, what we're getting downloads here, and making the right decision with very soon. That is the Judgment, okay? That is us removing ego. This is essentially a spiritual awakening, okay? And we can have one that activates our kundalini and our whole ego and our whole life, or we can have mini spiritual awakenings, but I feel like this one's a doozy here, okay? This person's having to review their past, take a look at all the situation, and remove their ego in order to have a shift in consciousness and a realization and an awakening here. And the awakening here is this connection for them was something on a spiritual, soulful level, that they had soul recognition here. And however they were showing up was in all of these ways, right? All of these ways, okay? And I don't think it was because of you specifically, but could have very well been, you know, the childhood wounds and past life wounds and, you know, surface type relationships. And then we also see the 2 of Wands, and that was coming in reverse. This is having to make a decision. This is making a decision, okay? This is choosing, and we're, you know, leaning towards one way we want to go, but we haven't pulled the trigger yet. This is, we pull the trigger and decide to make a decision here which way we want to go. And we do this after we have our awakening. And guess what that is? It's clearly deciding what you want to do so that it comes to you now, okay? What do we want to do? Do we want to commit? Or do we want to just, you know, I don't know, be the greatest version of ourselves? And maybe that's enough, you know, come in line with our higher purpose. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful if this person comes into their higher self? And wouldn't it be beautiful if this person understands that their voice is so powerful, that they are this strong and can last the test of time here by communicating their truth and dropping their mask and recognizing that they don't have to be completely assertive or completely passive. There's a blend here, okay? So beautiful energies. I love it so much. I hope you let me know in the comments how this resonated. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so, and leave a like, leave a comment. See you soon. Peace.